your mama's racing stream.
This is VRN, your trusted leader in e-motorsports.
All right, welcome back, Vigilante Nation, as we get set for round 12 of the Vigilante Racing League's Premiere Series. This is VRN coming to you live from virtual Fontana, California for the 909 Shred 170. My name is Alan, and I'm joined in the booth by Ricky Wittenberg here tonight, and we'll be bringing you all the excitement and racing action. As always, we got my beautiful and talented wife, Lori, up in the control tower, managing the race and keeping this gang in line, and we appreciate everything she does for us. So let's get started with some session details. All right, folks, this is the penultimate race before the championship next week, and right now we're here at Auto Club for round 12. Total laps tonight, 85. That's 170 virtual miles. Fuel capacity set to 65%, and they only have 2 additional sets of tires over the wall. So 3 total with what they begin the race with. There are no fast repairs for this series, and the instant limit set to 25 and 6. As always, iRacing controls the cautions, Lucky Dog in the waves. And let's talk championship points here for a second. It's super tight at the top between first to third. You're looking at 12 and 13 points respectively. Pretty tight. And it was quite a shakeup after Talladega last week. Jacob Elisha comes from downtown, like from 3rd or 4th, I think he went into that race, to top of the leaderboard right now with 307 points in that 31 machine. He's followed closely by what was the leader going into Talladega, which is the 51 of Dylan Bryant with 295. Andy Blair jumps up the leaderboard to 3rd in that 13 machine with 294, only 1 point back up 2nd. Chris Gomes is sitting at 289 in 4th, and Mike Adamson is at 275. So after tonight, Auto Club tonight, and then you have the championship at Miami Homestead next week. This is going to determine our champion for the end of this now season 13 going into 14 later this month. And right now the drivers are out there on the track still in practice. They should be hitting their qualifying here in a moment. Practice is just now expiring. I clicked over a couple of things here. And we're going to give you some weather. All right, folks. Pretty cool out there tonight. 67 degrees is the ambient temperature. Track temp's only 3 degrees hotter at 70. So should be tons of grip, but also maybe, I don't know, it's kind of that fine line between not having enough heat in the track versus too much. So we'll see how it fares. Probably going to start off a little bit loose, I would imagine. And as we wear the track a little bit, we'll get some more grip. The humidity level is sitting at 81% and rising. And we have a pretty stiff breeze at 12 miles per hour out of the southwest. And we're under mostly clear skies. So that's atmospherics for this race here tonight in Fontana. We have 8 onboard cameras tonight. We have the 01 of Kelly Kill, the 023 of Scott Roney, the 085 of Greg Dobson, Andy Player in the 13, Dave Mayberry in the 29, Jack Dixon in the 48, Stoney Benfield in the 75, and the 81 machine of Jonathan Osborne. We appreciate them giving us their in real life onboards so we can check those out. For penalties, you should see tonight, I don't know if I've seen that Sean McDonald's in the race. He has a carryover if he is here. He had to start from the back of the grid. Coming out of Dega last week, we do have 2 trucks that received penalties. One was John Shanebuckler in the 12 machine, and the 16 of Kyle Vault. But Kyle's not going to be here tonight. He's still an injured reserve. He was able to make that one race a little bit less of a problem for his injury running the super speedway. Let's see what else we have for you before I kick it over to Ricky, see what he thinks is going to happen. I think that's it, Ricky. So how are you feeling about this penultimate race?
I like California, Auto Club, whatever they call it now, or, well, whatever they did call it, because now I guess it's a thing of the past. But I know I say I like a lot of tracks, but this is a fun track to drive because it's got so many lanes, so many opportunities. You can kind of make your own groove. And these guys are all tight in points, so they're going to have to race hard. And it looks like we got a pretty good field of trucks, so I have a feeling it'll be a good race.
No, I agree with you. I hate that this doesn't no longer exist in the real world, but it's great that we have it here in iRacing to enjoy. If they hadn't scanned it, we'd never see it again. What a track! And it was coming into its own when they did come down to the decision to go ahead and tear it down. Don't know if we're ever going to see a short track on this property like they were kind of hinting at. They are trying to get back into that Southern California market. I think that's why we're going to Naval Base Coronado for that race on board the naval base there, which should be really interesting, but it's not a permanent facility. So I'd like to see a permanent Southern California facility because that's too large a market for iRacing, not iRacing, but NASCAR to be engaged with.
Yeah, I mean, it's every time NASCAR gets in a place in California, they outgrow it. They killed Riverside because it got too big, and now they killed Auto Club because they needed the land. So I don't know. They can keep going further and further out into no man's land in California, and maybe find a place that could host NASCAR until it grows in another 20 years, and they run it out of town too.
Yeah, no doubt. As right now we're watching, looks like the number 13 machine of Andy Player out there trying to lay down his hot laps. Right now at the top of the leaderboard, we got Dylan Bryant in a 51, Jack Dixon in a 48, and Jacob Alicia, your current series leader in that 31 machine, round out your top 3 right now. So, I mean, Auto Club, we love it. It was inside of iRacing. It still is a worn-out track. Very wide open, lots of grooves. Like I mentioned, we are in virtual Fontana. It is a 2-mile facility, asphalt super speedway, so to speak. I don't know if I think I'd say speedway, kind of like Michigan. Defined by the massive lines, brutal tire wear, and relentless momentum management that you have to have here, especially in the trucks. Unlike the smoother intermediates, Fontana is all about the discipline, lifting early, saving tires, choosing the right lane on the track and the right person to follow in many cases. But it's abrasive and it's unforgiving in many ways. You can go up to like 5 wide here, probably pretty easily. It gets a little dicey, but it can be rewarding too, because you're not stuck behind somebody like maybe you are on a short track.
Yeah, that's what I like about California. You can get a run on people here. They might get wadded up because they're 3 or 4 wide, and you've got room to just shove yourself right in the middle of that and maybe get 4 or 5 trucks at a time. And that's one of the only tracks you can do that at.
Yeah, I know for sure. They had like 5 minutes for qualifying here. We're in the last 25 seconds. It's like Chris Gomes, Tom Barish, and you can see Jacob Alicia still out there running some laps. Jacob right now sitting in 3rd. We'll see. I don't know if he just kept running laps after he got his qualifying in or what. But yeah, we should have some more action here. Did you watch the Clash before you came in?
I had it on in the background. I was fighting with some computer stuff and with some real estate stuff, but I do have it on.
Yeah, I had it on the background as well. And
well, I did. I mean, I think they even switched off. Fox kicked them off the air, so they went to another channel. So when we went to broadcast here, I just killed it.
Yeah, no, I did the same thing. I tell you what, man, before we read off the starting grid here, my prediction to you today is that we're going to be in Florida, South Florida, or Daytona for the next one next year.
More than likely, I would think that a lot of people would like it to go back to Daytona and just stay down there. Maybe, not even do it too early. They could have done it this coming weekend and then bundled it with qualifying, kind of like they used to, where the Clash and qualifying are back to back, and then the 125s or the whatever they call them, the 150s, and then the 500, and just stay down there for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be fine with that. I mean, if they want to have a different racetrack, then go to Homestead and then just go north for the next week for Speed Weeks. But I think we should make Speed Weeks great again, like you're saying. Just bundle it back up down there. More likely than not, we have good weather and it's running out from there. But anyway, so let's read off your starting grid here, folks. Dylan Bryant in first position, Jack Dixon in second, Jacob Alicia third, Mike Adamson fourth, Andrew Cawthon in fifth, John McAdams sixth, Trevor Robertson 7th, Jonathan Osborne in 8th, Chris Gomes in 9th, and Andy Player in 10th position.
Yeah, rest Bill Gordon 11th, Stoney Benfield 12th, Tom Barish 13th, Jesse Redding 14th, Mike Everidge 15th, Scott Milner 16th, Kelly Keel 17th, Craig Goodenough in 18th, Greg Klein 19th, Aaron Warren in 20th.
21st is Scott Roney, John Gallagher 22nd, Albert Anderson in 23rd, Deion Jones 24th, George Rincon 25th, Dave Mayberry 26th, 27th is Anthony Williams, 28th, Greg Dobson, 29th, John Shanebuckler, 30th, Sean McDonald. So he is here tonight. And then 31st, Chandler Paul. We got 31 trucks in this field. Like I mentioned, you have John Shanebuckler and Sean McDonald. The reason they're back there is because they had end of the grid penalties tonight. And I think I had one more. I don't know if that person's here. Let me take a quick look at my notes for the penalties. Yeah, it was Kyle. Kyle's not going to be here. So those are the two. So if you were wondering, that's your favorite driver. That's how they ended up back there. But honestly, we mentioned what a great track to have choices. You know, all these different lanes to choose from. You don't get really stuck necessarily in traffic. And we should see some great excitement and some awesome side-by-side action tonight.
Oh, for sure. It's going to be a good one. California Auto Club is always a fun race. Always.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Come behind me here.
So for the start of this race, it's going to be the flagman who starts it. I think it's still named Barney, Ricky. I'm not sure if that's what they call him in iRacing still. But after that, the leader will have, for any subsequent restart, will have control, and they'll be able to start from anywhere within the restart box. We're coming around out of turn 4, getting ready to go here. Still there, Ricky?
Yeah, I've got you.
All right, here we go.
Green, green, green.
We are underway. Good clean start there. 51's just out to a slight lead over Dick. Still going to go 3 wide like immediately. 51's going to come out on top so far. He's going to track out to the top of in front of the 48 with 31 pushing hard. And with some assistance with Cawthon in that number 10 machine.
Hey, good catch there, Scott.
So far, so good. Let's take a quick look from the chopper cam. 2x2, mostly through the field here. Oh, it's like number 2 got in the wall there. Looks like he's going to be okay. It's Kilgore. Pretty dicey back here in the pack.
You know, this is a track where it's going to be tough to run away from the pack. I mean, if you're really hooked up and you got a fast truck, you might be able to get away after the tires start sliding around a little bit more. But I would think they'll stick together for a while.
Wow, you're right. I mean, look at this just crazy mess we have going on back here. Incredible field we got going on. They're 3 and 4 wide. We mentioned it was going to be like this. And I'm here for it. Riding on board right now with John Shanebach out of Louisville, Kentucky, the closer. Going to have to come from the back to get it done tonight. He's already up 3 positions to 26th. They seem to be migrating to the top a little bit quicker than I expected, Ricky.
Yeah, earlier when we first started racing this track, I always loved to rip the top. I always thought that was the best. And then as iRacing made updates, I felt the bottom started getting better, but I always liked the top better. But I felt like you had to run the bottom to be fast.
Well, they're doing a great
good
job.
to see them up top.
Yeah, they're definitely doing this. Kind of the Carl Larson line. As we see here, 72, Chandler Paul getting around John Gallagher. At least he's trying to. He should be able to slide up there. We got Dave Mayberry back here also trying to get around that 123. I wonder if he suffered some damage or something, that being the 123. Look at the front of his truck. Oh, yeah, look at his.
Back. Oh, yeah.
His nose is pretty beat up. That's not really good for the aero.
You got it.
Now, we did hear that I think Stoney Benfield said he missed a shift on the start of the race. So that could have, maybe Gallagher was around Benfield. I'd have to go back and see where he started. I'll try to figure out what happened there.
Yeah, we're looking back here, the last couple of guys here. Scott Milner's even further back, so maybe there was a checkup that caused that. And then Albert Anderson way back here in that Sunoco machine. He switched it up on us and went to the white version of that Sunoco paint scheme. Looks good. But he is definitely a little ways back, and I'm assuming I didn't really see much damage on there. Maybe he just dodged it and ended up having to lose a lot of momentum.
That checkup on the start was what got John Gallagher. It was Stoney Benfield missing a shift, and it was like an accordion, about four rows back where he got it.
All right. So we're going to go back and we're at the back of the pack now. We'll come back through the field here. We're going back to the front. We got a pretty good battle going on up here for second place between Jack Dixon and Trevor Robertson. But for Jack Dixon tonight, we actually got a new camera for him. He was able to hook us up with his heart rate.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm digging it.
I can tell you what happened to Albert Anderson with some forensic investigation here. He
All right.
missed the start, and he started from the pits.
That'll do it. Sometimes he gets late call for his company, tow call. We'll talk about them here in a second. But right now, what you see on your screen is Mr. Jack Dixon out of Mitchell, Ontario, Canada, one of sometimes up to 4 drivers, but 3 Canadian drivers we have in here, our brothers from the north. And he's hooking us up. You can see his max heart rate so far. His peak is, 136. And right now he's kind of leveling off at around 111. It's always interesting to see that, especially right after you see him maybe get sideways or just dodge a major wreck. It's cool to see if they busted that peak heart rate at some point.
And you've got a lot of battles going on here. There's a really tight race, about 10th on the 10th. That's a scrap from 10th to about 15th or 16th right now.
Yeah, we'll get us a good overhead look here from the chopper cam. You can see we are all over this track. Yeah, incredible racing going on here. You want to take a check on the chat there, Ricky?
Yeah, we do have some people out in the chat here. Tim McAdam pulling for the 47 as always. Tim Brown, busy night between watching Vigilante and Volusia, so he's watching the dirt cars, which I love dirt, so can't go wrong there. Kyle Vaught is saying he's hoping there's less cautions than there was in the NASCAR race, which, yeah, if we have as many as the NASCAR race had, I have a feeling there'll be a problem. After this race is over, somebody would be getting a talking to. Got Jessenia Castro. Let's go, number 51. Albert Anderson, Papa Anderson out in the chat, cheering for Albert. Mad Doggy, let's go, Dave. So he's got a Dave Mayberry fan out there. And we also have, let's see, 12 pack in the building. So Perkla Clark out here in the chat. So we got quite a few unique chatters out here tonight.
Yeah, it's awesome. We got 25 people out there right now watching. If you haven't already, folks, make sure you like and subscribe, support the channel, support these drivers, especially if your favorite drivers out here in the field. It really helps us out, helps them out a lot as well. Got some onboard camera action here for John McAdam in the 47 machine. Right now, he's riding into 5th position, up 1 spot from where he began the race tonight. And we really haven't seen a lot of spread here in the field, Ricky.
No, they tend to stay on top of each other pretty good here. But I have a feeling, we go we're on lap 11. You get 3 or 4 more laps, I think they're going to start spreading out pretty good.
Yeah, I just popped up that track map there. And just to kind of orient you folks, we're looking at John McAdam running in 5th position. That's why you see the number 5 circled in green there on that track map. And you can see he's stuck in with the main pack. We do have a smaller sub pack just behind him, maybe quarter of a lap, not quite a quarter of a lap behind him. And then you see the few stragglers we had there, which were Albert Anderson, John Gallagher, and others. They either got damaged or started from the pit lane. We've got 3 wide here in the backstretch and just 3 or 4 rows deep.
Yeah, and this is up front. This isn't like mid-pack. This is racing, top 5, around 5th position.
Around the world, Mike Average out of Melbourne, Kentucky. He's up in the 11th position right now, running 4 positions up ahead from where he started. Trying to get around Jonathan Osborne here in 81. Looks like Jonathan got a little bit of damage on his right-hand side. Probably tangled with the wall just a bit. Jonathan really does like running that high line, so that's kind of the balance, right? Of risk versus reward, that you can sometimes step over that line, get a little damage to your truck.
Yeah, that's called jumping the cushion. That's why you get a little bit too high. There's a fine line, and there's some guys, I don't know how they can feel the wall the way they do. It's almost like they're sitting in the passenger seat, hanging out the window, that they can see right where the wall's at. I never, as much as I raced, never had that feeling where I could just be real confident that I was not going to hit the wall.
All right, you're looking right now at the front end of Jonathan's truck. Jonathan races with us out of Woodbury, New Jersey. Yeah, right now he is solidly into the top 10, running 10th rather. He's down 2 spots. He began this race in 8th position, but he usually, we've seen him go back a little bit sometimes while he's saving his stuff, and he comes back on strong later on in the run. What a great field here tonight. 15 laps into this 85-lap event. Now let's talk fuel a little bit. Ricky, I don't think I had discussed that at the top of the broadcast, but we are thinking they can go about 26 laps on a tank. So we should be about maybe 9-10 laps away from fuel stops.
And so if we somehow stay green, I mean, there's no really weird fuel strategy. Everybody makes 3 stops. It's just that last one, they would have to not, maybe try to take less gas or maybe 2 tires. So if we make it to the point where we get these green flag stops all the way to the end, it'll definitely be interesting to see how the strategy plays out.
We're watching nearly 3 wide. You got the Jesse Redding, the 21 machine here, trying to get underneath the 01 of Kelly Kill, while the 2 of Russ Kilgore was going around the top there, but he's going to run into some pick traffic there with the 35 of Tom Barish. And now the 2 is trying to get around the inside of Barish. Russ Kilgore's running that Seattle Seahawks paint scheme, who are going to be playing in the Super Bowl this weekend. I'm not a huge NFL fan, but they're playing the Patriots this weekend in the Super Bowl. We'll see how they fare out. Well, this is kind of what I expected, Ricky. This track, for this league at least, tends to go green for them. I mean, a lot of great racing, a lot of different lanes and everything, but they really have control of their trucks, and they're super respectful of each other. AC 92, get up in here, just clip the wall right there. That's Greg Klein, that 92 machine. But this is kind of what we expect, right?
Oh yeah, this is definitely what you expect to see at Auto Club. Is everybody still staying on top of each other. I mean, Dylan Brown is trying to pull away from the pack a little bit, but right behind him, you've got a bunch of trucks right together. I think, I don't know where Trevor Roberts started this race. Oh, Rick.
They're wrecking. Oh, no, he's in the road.
Oh, no.
That was Anthony Williams just sitting in traffic. Don't know what happened. We will go back and find out. We spoke too soon. This is the first caution of the night. We're looking at the 88 machine right there. Second place, Mike Adamson, you were talking about. Let's go back and see what happens with Anthony Williams.
He had to have some kind of a heart failure or computer screen failure or something.
Looks like we're already into the incident here, so we'll back this up a bit.
That was close.
Okay, so Anthony's out here.
Brown flag, not a yellow flag.
Looks like he's coming out 3 and 4, kind of the high line here. Oh, you see is loose, a little bit loose.
Come on, Albert, let's go.
Just gets a little loose there again. I don't know, maybe he didn't know the 4 was there, or he got loose and it just kind of went down there on. Looks like he's getting loose there. Tries to gather back up, he ends up going down.
Yeah, but then I don't.
Yeah, we'll see what happens after that. How did he get back up on track?
Yeah, it don't make sense.
Yeah, too bad I'm done.
Nobody's around.
Oh no.
Does he hit the gas and it spins him out, not expecting? Yep.
Oh, okay.
You know how you can hit, especially he's got debris on it, and then he's just there.
That's what you have to do. He just had to sit there, and mean, he did what he was supposed to. It's just that's just a tough break with the pack coming. God,
Oh,
Player's done. He's out of the race. Dixon's hurt pretty bad.
let's take another look at that from the blimp cam. Just hits that gas. He still got that grass and debris on his tires. Plus, he spun them. So the super, and then here comes everybody. He tried to get out of it, but just couldn't.
Yeah, he saw the pack come, and then he knew that he couldn't go anywhere, so he just tried to sit still. Gosh, probably feels awful about that, but I don't know what else he could have done different. He tried to get out of the way. It just an unfortunate
rough
timing. I've done that. I've spun them coming back up on the track like that in front of traffic. So.
You see the 47 happens. Too.
Yeah.
This is John McAdam. Probably sees this coming. I don't know if Jack Dixon behind him does. Yep, you see how 47 goes down, and then he sees that truck. Man, that's just not what you want to see. So let's see from his inside of his truck. Let's see how that looked. Cockpit view here. 47, see somebody going up. You really can't see that white truck there either from that distance.
And they're going so fast. They're going, 180, 100 miles an hour. So
for sure.
You sneak up on you quickly.
Here, we'll pop that dashboard up there and we'll show you how fast he was going. One more time here. Well, the dashboard's not, it's not popping up. Come on now. No, it's not going to give me the dash, but that's fine. All right, so we saw it. It's just unfortunate for these guys. Jump back up here. Oh. All right, we're back live under first caution. Jack Dixon is your leader, but he's going to hit pit lane here. Is handing that over to Dylan Bryant. We're still under caution. Got one lap to go. See if I can get a quick word maybe with Jack Dixon. Don't know that I saw him get involved in it at all. Did you?
Yeah, when the 47 swerved to come back up, he caught Dixon. I thought Dixon hit pretty hard, so I'm surprised that he's out front. I figured he would have damage.
He looks pretty good, but I was looking at when I looked at his car there.
Let's see. Where is Dixon?
He's on pit lane.
Yeah, oh, okay. Okay, he's on pit lane now. I thought he stayed out and was in the lead, and I was like,
he was for a moment. I didn't know what happened there. He was out there. He went in the second time around.
Okay.
Go ahead, Tom.
All right, we're going to not have time to talk to him right now. I don't see him, so we'll jump back up here to the front because we're about to go green. We're halfway down the back stretch.
I wanted to be on the outside so bad I was hoping it would come true. 10 more.
Oh, there he is, the Team All-Star.
For anybody who got some new boots.
Hey, Jack, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got me.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, man. So we got you on camera. You can wave hello to anybody you want to if you want. But what happened, man? I know you come up in the back there. We're about to go green, but you should be okay for a moment.
Yeah, no, I have no idea what happened. I was just trying to watch. You probably caught me watching the stream. I had no idea. I didn't think we were even anywhere near the back of the pack, and then they were just screaming that there's a wreck, and then he went down and came straight back up, and I just didn't have time to react, so it was kind of a jump scare.
All right, man. Well, your peak heart rate's up to 136 now. We'll see if it gets any higher as we get through the race. Good luck to you the rest of the way, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. All right, guys, you're looking at Jack Dixon there at the moment. Heart rate's pretty low. He's at the back, though. He's pretty calm and collected as we get started. You're watching the Dylan Bryant just handily take over the lead here. He's really running for this championship. He wants to go back-to-back.
Yeah, and after last week, trying to make up some points, I guess he's trying to put a stamp on tonight to just dominate the race.
Definitely what he needs to do, considering he started a little bit behind the 8-ball. Coming in, I mentioned he was, I think, 12 points back. Yeah, 12 points back of your current leader, which is Jacob Alicia. And where's Jacob running right now? Let's take a look. Doesn't jump out at me. Oh, he's in third. He's right there. Right there in that 31 Spearmint Gum Big Red machine. So this is not going to get it done for Dylan. He's got to have some help from his competitors to be able to get up here and probably take this victory for the championship.
Yeah, and I think Trevor Robertson and Craig Goodenough, they were kind of a little bit deeper in the field, and now they've worked their way up into the top 5. And I think now that they're on equal footing, they may have something to say about this race too.
Yeah, as we're watching this battle here, 3 trucks, 4 trucks, if you count the 6 down there in the low line. Mike Adamson, Craig Goodenough. Looks like you got that 21 machine in here too. Trevor Robertson, no, that's Mike Adamson right there from Phoenix Racing, and Jacob Alicia. All these guys right here battling for this 4th position here, 3rd. Looks like Trevor's going to go back just a little ways here, not having that high line momentum. Those guys are working together, and there's a bit of a draft here. This is not a 2.5 or a 266.66 mile track, but it is very heavy draft because it's 2 miles long. Now Jonathan Osborne's getting up here in the mix here. Whole train of people behind him. I mean, no one is really out of this race unless you're Anthony Williams and Andy Player on pit lane. John McAdams a lap down. He might be out of it a little bit too.
He's out. Yeah, he's out. He's actually disconnected. He's out of the race.
So we're down to 28 trucks out of the 31 we started with. It's just a freak incident. You just don't see that.
No, I'll tell you the one part. I mean, I'm not saying he's happy that there was a wreck and it took some people out, but I can tell you that Albert Anderson has got to be ecstatic because he was so far behind the 8 ball, and now he got to catch up, put on some new tires, and he's all the way up to 14th.
Yep, and right here he sits as we're taking a look at him. And that Sunoco machine, 99, racing out of Washington, D.C. Different look for him, much brighter on the track. Oh, you see, it's like the 4 maybe up into the wall. 92's right behind him.
Saw that up right behind there.
And while we're talking about Albert here, Albert actually, his company sponsors both the Vanquish series on Friday nights and tonight's series, the Premiere series. He's about to be passed here, at least a temp from Kelly killing that 01 machine. But let's talk about Albert's sponsorship for both these series, which is the tow call. So if you live in the Washington, D.C. area and you need a tow, a jump start, a lockout, a tire change, make sure you get in touch with Tow Call. You can reach them on their email. That's towcallroadside@gmail.com. Altogether, towcallroadside@gmail.com. And they'll be out to help you with fast and friendly service. Get you out of that jam. That's the worst thing ever, man. You lock your keys in the car or something like that, and you just feel so helpless.
Yeah, and I'm sure Albert could, I promise you, he could take care of you if you're in there.
Look at this, 3, almost 4 wide. This is great racing here. As you got 99 up underneath the 21 of Jesse Redding, the 35, that got a little bit tight.
I think Scott Roney may have clocked the wall there. I don't know if he done that, but he clocked the wall a little bit there.
I don't think that's what you were trying to say.
Yeah. A little bit of tongue-tied there. Yeah, Scott Roney got the wall a little bit there, and I think that checked everybody up.
Look at this. It's just getting crowded here in the middle of the field. Everybody's coming and going. Riding on board right now with Dave Mayberry. Dave races with us out of Tucson, Arizona, in that 29 machine. And he's got a wall of trucks in front of him, man. Even if he had a run right here, he'd be hard-pressed to take it anywhere.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's a little bit, you think it's so wide, you got all these lanes, and you do, but you still got to have the momentum in the right place and the draft in the right place. So even if you can go there, don't always mean you should.
Oop, camera popped back up there. 30 laps into this already out of 85. We've got 55 laps to go, folks. See if we can find you a close battle. Dylan Bryant still up front. He's not that far out front now. Guess who's up there behind him? the number 1 machine of Chris Gomes, who won the championship in the Vigilante Vanquish Series last Friday at this track, by the way. Don't know if you happened to catch that, Ricky, but yeah, what a race. He came in late, actually, from behind to win it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't catch that, but I did see that he had won. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's always good to be able to win the race and the championship at the same track the same night. That's kind of like just ending it on a perfect note, and he did do that. Now, this is not our championship race, folks. We are going to Miami Homestead next week, next Wednesday. Make sure you tune in for that as we crown a champion here in the Premiere Series. Oh, we see number 12 going around.
Oh, and he's going to eat the wall. Oh. That was Shane Bachler.
Yeah, and he some serious damage. No caution. He does stop on the track, though. No. I don't know if he's getting ready to tow. What he's doing.
Trying to see if it's drivable.
And he gets away here.
Yeah, if he was trying to get a caution, I don't think that's going to help you too much. That is a lot of damage. I don't think that your truck is going to make it very much further, no matter what happens.
You know, see, he's going to have to definitely go in here. I mean, look at the damage on this truck. Get a little better look at that left side. You can't see it here, but you can certainly see that his fender's missing. I'm surprised he stayed out here.
Oh,
I mean,
he's hoping for the best. I don't know how that's going to work out.
Well, I think he's got the pack coming up on him now. As you see him come, he's going to go to the bottom here. They're going to have to be careful getting around him. Leader right there, 51 and the 1. Going to keep looking back to see if people are going to be able to get around him safely, because they're certainly going to be swamping him momentarily. We'll go back and take a look and see what happened, folks. Just want to see what he does here, if he gets off the track safely or not. Yeah, this is what you don't want to see, where it's kind of like a pick now for some of these drivers. Staying out again. I guess he's open to limit the damage as far as number of laps down or something.
Yeah, I guess he's trying to hope he actually, what he's trying to do is hoping for a caution that's not him, where he could come in and maybe make some repairs. But
let's go back and take a look at what happened. Yeah, I mean, so here he is. They're coming out of turn 2. Oh, he's at 81, you know, gets a little chin music off the wall there. Spooks him down, and the 23 is there, and that's what causes this incident.
Oh, man, and he just missed the end of those tires. That would have ended him, like, instantly.
Yep.
He missed that tire barrier by just an inch.
He's down on the apron now. I don't know, maybe he's losing power.
Yeah, maybe pop that engine.
Sounds like he's trying to coast into pit lane. Probably had more damage than he realized. You know, iRacing does have the damage button or whatever you can hit. Hey, but it's not like it gives you a tremendous amount of information to be able to make a judgment call sometimes.
Yeah. He definitely had more damage. He probably had more damage than he thought he did. He hit that wall really hard.
All right, folks, we're going to go through the field here, starting with your leader. Here's a different angle here. Mr. Dylan Bryant racing with us out of Stem, North Carolina. Being challenged right here by the number 1 machine, Chris Gomes there. Both these guys are tremendous drivers and both really good at this track. Chris races with us out of Charlotte, North Carolina, which we're probably glad we're not there tonight. Otherwise, we might be racing in the sleet. So, which is, did you catch that part of the clash, Ricky, when they started racing in the sleet?
Yeah, sleeting in Winston-Salem.
Yep, sure was. Jacob Alicia here out of Indianapolis. He is your current series leader. If he finishes where he is right now, he'll also leave here as your series leader. Chris Gomes does take over the lead here. Just at the line, though. We'll stay with this, and then we'll go through the field. We'll see how this works out for us. Going to dive there and try to slide it up. That momentum's going to come into play, though, maybe with the 51. This is a game of inches. And the race on, if you didn't catch it last Friday for the championship race here, folks, go back and check it out. I mean, you can watch, even if you just skip to the end, the last 15 laps between these two guys and 2 or 3 other drivers, they were just throwing haymakers at each other for the entirety of that last stint. And Chris was able to come away with the victory, but it was tremendous respect and competition between all the drivers involved, and very fun and entertaining. So right now we're kind of a good ways into this run. I don't know if that's the issue here. You know, the one truck doesn't have enough tire to get around him, but we're going to go ahead and go through the field, starting with 4th position, Mike Adamson. Now Mike's very fast at this track, and he's got Craig Goodenough coming up behind him as well. Mike started in 4th, running in 4th. And Craig Goodenough, an 89 machine out of Helper, Utah. Craig is up 13 spots, looking to try and make it 14th if he can get around Mike Adamson. Russ Kilgore fast at this track out of Yorkville, Illinois. He's up 5 positions in 6th. We got that 81 machine of Jonathan Osborne racing with us out of New Jersey. Woodbury, New Jersey, in fact. And he is up 1 spot, running in the 7th position. 10 machine out of Bartow, Florida, Andrew Cawthon. Down 3 spots at the moment, running in 8th. Still having a good run. And then for all you Anderson clan fans out there, Albert is in the 9th position, up 14 positions from where he began the race. Just heard the 88 saying he's going to hit pit lane here. So we're probably going to start seeing round of pit stops. 81's going in as well. Mike Adamson and Jonathan Osborne. So Albert's in 7th, now up 16 positions. So what we'll do, folks, is we'll start covering pit lane. We'll go through the field once we get through this cycle here. You got Mike Adamson, Jonathan Osborne, Kelly Kill, all in pit lane. Shane Bachler, obviously, but he's getting repairs.
All good, Dave.
Jump back around. Let's see if this starts to pull in the rest of the drivers. Sounds like it.
6 fitting in, 6 fitting.
29, Mayberry, 6 of Robertson, Redding, Roney, all hitting pit lane. Let's see if we can get a look at Roney.
I'm going to pit next time, Andrew.
Scott Roney out of Salt Lake, Utah, Salt Lake City. He actually gave us another camera review tonight as well. Aside from his normal cam with the soothing blue accent ambiance there, he also gave us another camera to show us his perspective as he looks at his rig. I'll find it here real quick. And that's what you see. As you see his guys running around the front end of his truck, servicing it, putting on the last 2 tires, and he's going to head out of pit lane. You can see that on his screen, and also in the bottom left live cam you see on pit lane. We appreciate Scott giving us those visuals as well here tonight. And Dylan Bryant and the 1 machine, your current leaders, still have not hit pit lane. Really, let's see. All the way down to 11th, Stony Benfield, all still have not pitted. So speaking of Stony Benfield, the faster passer, as we affectionately call him, he's also running a cam for us tonight. And looks like Dale Jr. gloves. Benfield races with us out of Albemarle, North Carolina. Probably pretty cold where he's at tonight as well. Glad he could provide us these onboard shots of him and his rig. He's just kind of running high, letting these faster trucks who just came off pit lane get by, which is always a smart thing to do. Looks like he may be making his way down. See if we can follow him.
Do you think those guys that pitted early are going to be able to make it on one more stop? Because
I don't know. We'll see.
it's going to be close.
As we see him coming down right now, trying to get on pit lane here. Well, you know, my estimation is exactly that. I mean, some of these guys are incredible at saving fuel. And they really, bank on it and run partial 75%, 60% throttle behind other trucks.
Yeah, I think, well, Dylan Bryant's coming up on lap 25, so he's 24 into 25. So if they could make it that far, then those guys that pitted early will be able to run it out to the end.
And you see your leader coming on pit lane right now. 51 machine, Dylan Bryant, and the Man of Steel machine. Superman trying to bring it home in victory lane tonight. A few others in there with him. You got Sean McDonald, Tom Bearish, Greg Dobson. Stoney Benfield's on pit lane now. George Rincon. See Greg Dobson out of Phoenix Racing making his way into his pit box.
Sorry, Chandler.
All good.
Greg giving us this onboard look here. He's racing out of Newmarket, Ontario, Canada. Got his service, and he's coming back out to rejoin. Right now, he's 11th. He's going to drop back as these other trucks make their way around him. See where he kind of flushes out here. He's so agonizingly slow when you see those trucks flying past you, but you can't go over the pit lane speed. Right now, it's like he's going to wash out at about 23rd. Still up 5 spots from where he began the race. 24th now. He works with Sean McDonald in a 23 machine. And he'll make some pretty good time. Jack Dixon on pit lane. Albert Anderson's on pit lane. Aaron Warren. Chandler Paul. And the race lead has been handed over to Mike Adamson, who was one of the first to hit pit lane. We'll see how well his tires hold up, Ricky.
Yeah, and Dylan Bryant pitted so late. I'm looking at where he's at on the track relative to some of these guys. He's got a long way to make up. I don't know. That's a pretty tall ask right there as far back as he is from a few of these guys.
Yeah, right now what I see, he's like about 4 seconds, just under 4 seconds out of first place. You see this mob of traffic right here, man. It's going to get dicey here in a minute. It's going to be the battle. Or he's out there asking me to crank it up. We'll do that in just a second, actually. We'll see how this kind of shakes out. Right on board here with Chris Gomes, maybe the 81. Oh, man, I cannot believe how Jonathan just scrapes that wall all night long. And he's still super fast. You see Trevor Robertson sticking his nose down here now. 6 trucks right here under a blanket. For the moment, looks like Craig Goodenough has the upper hand. He's taken, lost somebody there. Let me switch to a different camera.
It's Trevor Robertson's been blinking off and on. I've seen him blink out a couple of times, so he must be having some connection issues tonight.
Looking back off of Craig Goodenough at this battle. Being challenged significantly by Chris Gomes. I'm sure Chris is not wanting to sit there. He kind of, he finally caught the leader of the last go-round. And once you get so far into a run, it's so much more difficult to make that pass. Here he goes now this time. Is he going to make it? '89 fights back on the outside as they're heading down the backstretch. He's going to go for it again. He's going to make the slide job. Let's see. We're going to look off the back. I don't know if that's going to be a good vantage point, actually. Maybe now. He is going to slide. Is 89 going to cross him over? Definitely going to have this momentum here. He's going to let him to the outside, which would be surprising. There he goes. Oh, little chin music, so to speak.
Too tight.
I'm mixing up my sports analogies here, but you get what I mean.
No, I understand completely. A little Shawn Michaels sweet chin music.
Yeah. That was clean, but they definitely were aggressive, but they were clean.
You know, it's crazy when the best battle on the track is for the lead, and it's like 5 or 6 of them right together.
Right. This is where the action is at the moment.
Dylan Bryant's going to catch him, so if he's running him down from that far back, when he gets there, he's going to be gone.
Well, we'll see. You think he's in danger of burning it up a little bit, getting to him? He's going to have to be super chill on the tires if he doesn't want to burn them up.
I think he's just got such a tire advantage over some of them that.
He just blinked. That's not going to be good if that happens.
Hard. Yeah.
So he's only got a 1 lap advantage over Gomes. He went in at 44. Gomes, but I have to move forward one. Here we go. Gomes went in at 43, and Bryant went in at 44. So the current leader, he doesn't have a major advantage over.
Okay. So maybe a little bit.
He does the rest of these guys. Yeah. And now that Chris Gomes has that fresh air out front, so to speak, that clean air, he's probably not really abusing his tires too much as maybe he would be trying to get around these guys. I'm sure he knows that Dylan Bryant's back there and he wants to get going. Man, Dylan's blinking hard. I keep seeing him go gray out. I hope he does not drop out of this session. That is going to be probably a death spike for his championship hopes.
Yeah, and when you know you're blinking and there's nothing you can do about it, it's a pretty helpless feeling. It's almost like knowing you've got a tire going flat in actual NASCAR racing. Just got to deal with it until it pops.
Yeah, for sure. Man, I tell you what, Craig Goodenough's doing a tremendous job there in second place to be able to keep up with Chris Gomes. He's got a 3-lap deficit on tires.
Yeah, he's using that high line to his advantage, though. If you can keep the momentum up and rip that high line, you can kind of even out the tire advantage a little bit just by keeping the momentum up in that high lane.
And you see Superman dipping his nose out underneath the 6 machine there. He's going to get around him pretty easily, and he's going to go directly into a battle with the 88 of Mike Adelson for 3rd position. So you're right. I mean, he is coming now. I just don't know what is going to happen when he gets up to Gomes. That 1 lap difference, and he blinks out again. That's just so disconcerting.
Well, I can say that if I was him, when they come in for this next set of pit stops, I would learn a little something, and we wouldn't have as long of a run to the end of the race. I would not stay out too long on the last run and having to try to run these guys down. I would pit when they did.
Not for sure. Well, hey, folks, we promised it to Lori and to you. We're going to do a crank it up segment here. So if you want to hear what it sounds like inside these virtual trucks, most of these drivers do have their engines cranked as loud as possible. Go ahead and crank up your headphones, your computer, or your television set, and we will be right back. All right, we're
Go to those fresh tires.
They don't feel like it.
Jesse, I'm not sure who got into who. Yeah, I apologize.
All right, folks, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that Crank It Up segment. We should be coming up on 25 laps to go here momentarily and another set of green flag pit stops.
Oh, well,
What'd you see?
for the lead, Bryant and Goins got a little tight, and I don't know if Goins was a little upset that they got a little too tight, or if he was just trying to bump draft him, but he almost sent Bryant head on into the wall on the straightaway. It was pretty intense.
The 31 has got his nose in the mix here. I mean, I guess we shouldn't expect anything less. These are the guys top of the leaderboard for this series. And this is where we're at. This looked like Friday night last week. Go ahead.
That you could make it to the end of the race safely from here. If I felt like I was losing ground, if I was maybe somebody like Rick Goodenough, Trevor Robertson, Mike Adamson, I would be pitting right now. I'd go ahead and hit it and hope you could pull enough of a gap, or at least force them to come in with you, because they're falling off so much. The tire wear's pretty extreme.
Yeah, it's interesting to watch the 31 here. He's got the worst tires out of these three, but he has caught them. He does a great job saving his stuff. Oh, as I say that, and he hits the wall.
I know, but you're helping me. I appreciate it.
Oh, I mean, man, he's just blinking again.
You want some of the pork rinds there, Dave?
So when did they go in last? They went in, it's like, so 44 for Bryant. Let's go with the worst. Let's go with Alicia. What did I tell you? 26 laps, right?
Yeah, he's going to his current stint's 20 laps, what I'm seeing. So good enough, and Robertson, Adamson, Osborne, they all probably should be pitting anytime. I think I just heard Adamson say that he's pitting, and good enough pitting.
Yep, here we go. They're in pit lane right now. So these guys may try to overshoot. So you got Craig Good Enough, Jonathan Osborne, Mike Adamson, all on pit lane. We'll see if that affects our leaders. They're all right here together.
Speed coming in, he was trucking coming into the pit lane.
Right on the money.
Tim's pitting this time also.
Once we get through these pit stops, I'm going to do a run through all of our cameras. I don't know that I hit everybody already tonight, but I want to make sure I show them during the broadcast. So don't let me forget that. How long is it going to stay out here? Like you said, is it worth trying to drive back through on the time that you lose? Man, he's still blinking. Let me go back to Chris so that way we can see this. 31 and the 1 seem to be working pretty well together here.
Well, it's not just that. You've got less time until the end of the race too. You're going to have 20 laps to go coming up, so
it's going to go by quick. I think Jacob Alicia's pretty much committed to just following here, knowing that he probably doesn't have the tires to pull off the complete pass. but he wants to stay with them. That's probably the smart thing to do.
If he thinks that if he can stay with them with these older tires, if I was him, I'd pit right now. Because I would think that even if they have a lap or two advantage, he might be able to hang with them anyway.
Yep. Yeah, Perk the clerk out there. I think he's pulling for the 31 machine here, saying, hey, we're team 31 now. 12 pack has left the building. Okay, so he must normally pull for John Shanebachler.
Yeah, and he was taken out there on the backstretch earlier in the race.
Here we go. Gones has lost a little momentum. It's incredible that Alicia's able to have this much tire. Got Lori out there in the chat saying that Dylan Bryant's ping is bouncing up and down. Her other screen is nonstop blinking, and so she's watching that. You see the one getting run off the top there. That's the thing. You can feel like, hey, man, I got to run. I'm going to make it here. You get to the next corner, though, in that low line, and you're not able to track out. It just makes it difficult. You got Stoney Benfield, Deion Jones, Jesse Redding, and Tom Barish all in the pit lane right now. We're kind of watching this battle at the front, folks. Been laser focused on that. That's championship implications here. 51, a little bit more drama for us here tonight. Continues to blink significantly. Been running strong all night. And the way we kind of look at it here in the series, and if you're an iRacer, you got to look at it this way. I would think, Ricky, as hey, man, it's just like old school blowing a tire or blowing an engine or something just happens out of your control. When those things happen, you see the number one hit pit lane right here, along with the 31.
Yeah, I'm surprised they actually called it out when they did. They had enough gap. If I was the 31, I wouldn't have told anybody I was pitting. I just snuck in there.
Let's see if these guys take any. And yeah, you just heard him being Dylan Bryant saying he's hitting the pit lane. Are they going to take 4? I would take 4 here. What would you do? Definitely 2.
Yeah, I would. If I was the leaders, I would take 4. If I was a little bit further back, maybe I would take 2.
All right, we're taking 4 here, and we're looking at Chris Goins here. Jacob Alicia's on. He's on the left sides now too, so they both took 4. Let's go back and see. Okay, your leader's making his way up pit lane now. We're going to see what he does. If he takes anything less than 4, I think he's going to be in the hurt locker. Making his way down to his pit stall. Going to be sure that he doesn't overshoot that, because that's second spokes in the pits. It takes that second, 2 seconds, maybe 3 to put it in reverse and back up to the spot where they can give you service. And he hits it perfectly. Right side's going on. Okay, I was wondering for a second there, and as he blinks again, but he is taking left side tires there. Albert Anderson takes over the lead, but I did hear that he said he's hitting pit lane here in just a moment. We're going to jump to Aaron Warren, who's right now. Aaron Warren out of Jasper, Alabama, is your current leader. Probably going to hit pit lane here, though. We're going to see this whole cycle go through here. Chris Goins and Craig Goodenough. Chris went in on lap 67. Craig Goodenough went in on 63. So we'll see how this works out here. I'm sure Chris is trying to, let me save a little tire here to make sure I got something to fight with at the end of this race. Now, he's out here with going to be 15 to go here. To your point earlier, Dylan Bryant's down to 9th position right now. I don't know if he's going to be able to drive back up through and take the lead in that time.
I've not thought he was going to be able to do it before, and he's made it work. So I'm not going to count him out.
So the freshest tires right now up front. Chris Goins sitting at 67s when he hit pit lane. Trevor Robertson at 64. Craig Goodenough 63. 63 for Osborne. So all these guys, until you get to Jacob Alicia. Jacob came out of pit lane. He's in 5th right now. Let's see what that looks like on track. I'm just kind of surprised. He must have had a little bit of trouble getting on off pit lane. He's significantly further back than the one machine, obviously, here. But he's also been really good at saving his stuff. I just don't know if I'd be in save mode with 15 to go.
Yeah, you're kind of in a weird spot. I think Goins is in pretty good shape because Robertson, Craig Goodenough, and Osborne all have older tires. So he's got a gap to Alicia, and then Dylan Bryant's even another second and a half behind Alicia.
Yeah, we're looking at Dylan right now. You can see Chris Goins up there at the front of this group of trucks. It's not totally out of the realm of possible. He's probably going to get pretty close to getting there. And I just don't know if it's going to, if by the time he battles through all these other trucks, will he have anything left to battle for the win? And the other question is his connection going to hold up long enough? I'm going to run through the field, 14 to go here. Actually, I'm going to run through the cameras like I mentioned of whom we have here tonight. Let's see, we'll start with the 01 of Kelly Kill. If I can find his number here. Here's some of the drivers working together out there. Is Kelly out of the race? Let me take a look. He's not out of the race. I don't see him. You're looking at the leader on the left side, folks. Let me get that off the screen there. The actual onboard you're looking at is Mr. Kelly Keel in that 01 machine. Next up, we got Scott Roney.
I was trying to pull away from the rest of the pack. I know.
Mr. Greg Dobson in the 085. I think we lost Andy Player in the 13. We had him earlier. And Dave Mayberry in the 29. Jack Dixon in the 48. Let's take a look at his heart monitor and see if that's changed at all here tonight. He still peaked out at 136, so he really didn't spike it higher than that, sitting at 110 right now. Appreciate him giving us the extra content tonight. See who else is up next. Got Stoney Benfield. The 75 machine. Stoney's running in 19th right now. See this battle up at the front getting pretty handily right there. You got the 31 has made his way into the picture pretty quick.
Yeah, but the 51 is also into the picture, and he is not too far behind the 31 with the precious tires.
We're looking to 81 on board right now. And I think that's going to be it for our cameras, folks. So appreciate these guys hooking us up with the camera detail tonight as we're going to go back to this fight for the win of this race here with 11 laps coming to 10 to go. 31 is right there. These guys are on equal tires. That 31 was able to get pretty racy with Goins on older tires in that last stint. And as you mentioned, the 51's coming into the picture underneath the 6 machine back there. Now, if the 31 gets a lot of shape, if only if you saw that. Really slid those back tires. 51 is there. Now, 51 has better tires than both these guys by 1 lap. So he has the advantage.
And it may not seem like much, but when you've got 1 lap better tires and you've had the fastest truck, it's going to be tough to beat.
9 to go. He's making his move now. Man, they can't see him, so I hope that doesn't come into play.
And when you're bouncing like that and you're running side by side and you're blinking, it's a prediction code comes in a lot, and that could not be good for whoever's around Dylan if they are too close to each other.
Blinks out again there. I'm not sticking the camera on his truck because you get a black screen for the viewers every time he blinks. So we're looking from onboard here with Jacob Alicia, watching this battle. As you see Goins out there, your leader, trying to break the draft a little bit. 51's going to slot back in there.
And Trevor Robertson with 3 lap older tires than any of them, still hanging on. That's pretty tough.
Now, this is what Chris Goins wants to see, the second place guys here in a 2-way battle, maybe even a 3-way battle coming up here. It's going to do nothing but help him. You got to wonder, that blinking, do you think it slows his truck a bit? I know it does affect the draft occasionally.
It does affect the draft. Yeah, if he was in the draft, it definitely affects that. But the way he's running, if they're side by side, it's probably not hurting him too bad.
I don't know. It looks like it's getting worse.
Distracting.
Oh yeah.
Because I think if he's blinking that much, he's got to be seeing the other trucks disappear, and that's jarring when that happens.
I don't know if we anybody out there in the chat that we missed, Ricky.
Oh, let's see. We've got Megs 4200. Go Dave. So we have Megs out there that was cheering for Dave Mayberry. Alvardo fam, top 10. Let's go Mayberry. So Mayberry's got some supporters out here tonight. That was the two that I think that I had not talked about.
51's sitting there for the moment. I think he's content to ride for the moment, but once we get under 5, I expect to see him on the attack. And there he goes now. He's getting to the outside. Maybe that's what he was waiting for. Opportunity to be able to run that high line and keep the momentum up. See if the 31's able to fight back on the inside.
That was tight.
And blinking simultaneously as he gets into the corner. I cannot stay on Bryant when he blinks out. So here we go. We'll jump back to this. Tried to follow him there. I don't know about you, but it seems like it's getting a bit worse.
Yeah, uh-oh. That's a big blink. Oh, man. That was a long blink. When you blink that long, you can get the errors in iRacing too, where it discontinues your lap.
Right.
Yeah, he's definitely facing some issues. He's praying this race ends fast.
I just don't know how, if they get to battling up here, I don't want it to come into play.
Oh, there's a caution, Alan.
Are you serious?
Oh, man. Gallagher's involved. Let's go back and take a look. First, second, and third. So I doubt these guys have any tires in the pits. I'm pretty sure they're going to be out of Schlitz. All right, so here we go. It's like 123 of Gallagher with the 48 of Jack Dixon there on his inside. A little bit of movement to the bottom by 123, a little bit of movement up by the 48. Oh, catches the 82 in this. Wow, that's unfortunate for John and really a lot of people. That was close too for the 92 machine. Wow, I mean, really nothing to do. No, I can imagine no choice here for the leaders. They're just going to stay out and run this out unless they're close on fuel, which I don't think they are.
That's the thing. These guys probably shouldn't be, but well, 25. I mean, that's at the edge.
Yeah, and they're going to go longer than the distance too, because we got 3 to go. They're not going to get. We're going to go beyond regulation.
Now, Osborne looks like he's got only 23 laps.
So what we got this
saying now. Well, there's only one green white checker, so you don't have to worry about that.
Right. We'll see what happens here. But while we got this quick opportunity, let's talk about the Vanquish Series. They wrapped up their season 3 there, Ricky, last Friday, crowning Mr. Chris Goins as the champion for that season. But we are not wasting any time. This Friday, we're going right into the next season. So season 4 is going to see a new era for the Vigilante Vanquish Series. We're switching from trucks to going to ARCA. So that's going to be significant. It is a significant difference in the platform. I've driven these cars way different than the trucks. It's going to be incredible. The runs that they get in these cars is so entertaining. But this is already a distinctive series in that it's a Speedway series, and now even more so that we're going to go to the ARCA platform for that series. So Friday nights, if you're out there and you're watching and you're interested in getting involved and you'd like to be part of that series, you can contact us at the Facebook and Discord links that you see at the bottom of this display. Now, this is the schedule that we're running this season. You see 1 through 12 there, with the championship race being held at Homestead, Miami on the 1st of May. It's an incredible series. It's been tremendously successful since we kicked it off. You know, we're going into season 14 here in the Premiere Series. This is a spin-off series that we started because we had so many drivers interested in driving in the Vigilante Racing League. So we're looking forward to that, Ricky. I'm excited to see what happens starting Friday.
Oh yeah, totally different kind of setups, totally different racing. ARCA, a lot of drafting, you can beat and bang a lot more in ARCA than you can with the trucks. So I would expect it to be quite entertaining.
Yeah, indeed. And we appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. We are live here every Wednesday and Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. However, we run endurance races that are not always scheduled. So if you don't want to miss out on any of the extra stuff that we do, hit the notification bell and you'll be notified anytime that we go green. And we truly appreciate you watching Vigilante Racing Network.
Right. Golly, he's blinking so hard.
And really,
so on this restart,
right,
because there's only one green, white checkered, Gones needs to just take off. And because if there's a caution, it's over.
It's over. Right. Exactly. Now, if they get to the white flag, iRacing does let them race it out for that last lap. So that's the key. The first of 2 laps. There's only 2 laps for this any overtime, and they only have 1 here in the Vigilante Racing League. If there's a caution the first lap, field is frozen. Race is over. If they get to the white flag, however, you better keep racing because iRacing lets them race it out to the very end. Well, we'll see how this goes. Now, I think this blinking might come into play here, Ricky. We get rolling here. You got 31 behind the 51. He loses sight of where he blinks back in. It could cause an issue. I really hope that it doesn't, but I could see it happening.
Well, Alicia is definitely at a disadvantage because he can't push him. When you're doing that, you can't push somebody.
Yeah, I agree with that because you just don't know where they're going to come back in the frame. We'll hit them checking up here just a bit to kind of get their speed right. 51 blinking again. Pace truck is off. Your control truck is the one of Chris Goins. Here comes the restart zone.
Green flag.
We're back underway. He got a great launch there.
Oh, spun the tires. They're wrecking.
This race is going to be over. I heard some anger there. And you got Chris Goins is going to win this race. Looks like Dylan Bryant may have brought home second. Trevor Robertson third. If this stands, I don't know if people have to get in their positions, but man, that wreck involved Albert Anderson, Chandler Paul, Scott Milner, Greg Klein, Sean McDonald, Dave Mayberry, and Stoney Benfield. Let's get a quick look at that before we check out the results of the race here. A little anticlimactic, folks. It's unfortunate, but that's how racing goes sometimes, and it's just a natural part of it. So let's take a look here. I want to say we're riding on board with Albert Anderson. Let's look at a far chase here. He's in the white and yellow truck here, you see. This little bump from the old one, that doesn't cause any issue. The problem is right there. Somebody missed a gear. Did he spin the tires?
Spun his tires.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, the 88, the black and green truck you see up there forward. Let's take a look at that. 88 machine. Well, if I could find him here, folks, tonight. I tell you, you see all this stuff jumbled together. It's incredible that you just go right past the number. I don't even see. Here he is. So he's in that Phoenix machine you see there. When he takes off, yep, that's exactly what happens. When he hits that accelerator, it just gets out from underneath him a bit. On old tires, we were close to the end of the run, and that's just enough to cause that. And then you see what happens behind him. A lot of trucks involved in that, folks. So they're having to make their way around for that extra lap here to the end. And that should have been it right there. All right, we're going to take a quick look at your results when they are available. I think it's going to wait for everybody to cross the line there.
I just went from 8th to 22nd there.
Yeah, it's not up yet.
Good racing.
There's Chris Goins there. He's saying, hey, I don't know if I deserve to win it, but I'll tell you what, buddy, I'll take these wins however I can get them, Ricky.
Yeah, I don't care how I get them. If I get a win, I get a win.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if he wants to sit there and say, hey, man, wait, I didn't go the full distance under green, I beg to differ, man. You had to fight tooth and nail. But anyway, let's see if we can get a look at your results. All right. Top of the leaderboard. We're going to talk to him in just a minute, folks, so don't go anywhere. But at the top of the board here, you got Chris Goins, Dylan Bryant 2nd, Trevor Robertson 3rd, Jacob Elisha 4th, Craig Goodenough 5th, Jonathan Osborne 6th, 7th is Mike Adamson, Kelly Kill in 8th, 9th is Jack Dixon, 10th, Mike Everidge.
In 11th, you have... Oh, come on, load for me, please. In 11th, you had Scott Roney, 12th, Dion Jones, 13th, Stoney Benfield, 14th, Craig Dobson, 15th, George Rincon, 16th, Greg Klein, 17th, Dave Mayberry, 18th, Scott Miller, 19th, Chandler Paul, 20th, Andrew Coffin.
21st, you got Sean McDonald, Aaron Warren, 22nd, Jesse Reagan, 23rd, Russ Kilgore, 24th, 25th, John Gallagher, 26th, Albert Anderson, man, and I heard the disappointment in his voice at that wreck at the last restart. Tom Bearish, 27th, and John Shanebachler bringing it home in the 28th position. As we're watching your winner, Mr. Chris Goins, take it down into the winner's circle there. Get a little closer shot of him. As I mentioned, folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with your interviews of the top 3 drivers. All right, folks, it's Alan and Ricky again, and we're back for the interviews of your top 3 finishers, Chris Goins, Dylan Bryant, and Trevor Robertson. And we're going to start off with third step of the podium with Trevor Robertson. Hey, Trevor, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, what a tremendous race. You did a great job. Up 4 spots from where you began in 7th, bringing it home 3rd. Did you think you had anything to win this race tonight?
Absolutely not. I could not figure out the tire saving tonight for some reason. It's driving way different than it did Friday, and I'm glad to have a podium because I did not have a 3rd place truck, that's for sure.
Well, hey, Ricky, what do you have for our 3rd place finisher tonight?
That's a good way to salvage that, Trevor, and bring it home in the top 3. I know you just said you didn't feel like you had it, but it seemed like on the long runs, even if you had 2 or 3 lap older tires, you was able to hang with those guys pretty good. So did you feel good at the end of a long run compared to maybe some of these other guys?
No, it was just plowing tight for me. I just could not save that right front. I could stay up with them, and then I would almost touch the wall and have to let out of it, and then that was the end of it. It just plowing tight in every corner of the track. I'm glad I ended up where I am.
Well, I tell you what, man, to sound as disappointed as you are, that's great to be coming home in third place. How are you feeling about Homestead Miami for the championship race? And also, do you have any shout outs for teams, fans, or family?
I'm ready for Homestead. That's one of my favorite oval tracks, and I'm just pretty good at my throttle discipline there. I really struggled with it here, but just shout out to family at home watching, and you guys in the booth doing a great job every week, and teammates have been running with, and that's about it.
All right, buddy. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you in Miami. You are very fast there, and I expect to see you up there battling for that win. Congratulations again, and we'll talk to you next week.
All righty, thank you.
That was your third place finisher, Mr. Trevor Robertson. Now we're going to move up one more step on the podium here to Mr. Dylan Bryant. Hey, Dylan, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got me.
Oh, you guys, what's up?
Hey, man, what a battle. Now, we were really documenting the fact that you were coming through the field. You're probably the fastest truck on track tonight. Really dominant. You had some issues. I don't know if you could tell from your perspective, but we were concerned that you were going to blink out at one point there. Did you know that on the other end of the truck?
Not the last part of it. I've been trying to figure it out. I done changed some cables and stuff out too, but I really don't know. No, I know exactly why it gets trouble at times, and then it don't. So I'm just glad that it didn't boot me out of it. But it's kind of the way that my season's been going. So it wouldn't have shot me if it did.
Yeah, I mean, you were incredibly fast, and I mean, maybe it's not your setup. It might just be the service in your area, but we were just concerned about you. Man, that would be a horrible way for you to drop out of this race. But hey, Ricky, what do you have for our second place finisher?
Yeah, Dylan, that's tough. But I think I heard you saying that you did. It wasn't blinking on your screen where the other guys were blinking out. Is that right?
Right. I got my ping and stuff in the right hand side of my screen, and it was green. So
yeah.
I don't know.
No, the only thing I was going to say is it's a good thing, because I know when you're racing and you do start bouncing really hard. If you see guys disappear, it's almost impossible to race. So that was a good thing that you wasn't bouncing to the point where it was bouncing other people from your screen. That's a good thing.
Right.
But so you've got one more. You got one more week coming up. What do you think you can do next week to you think? What are you going to try to do at Homestead? Just lay the pedal down and take home a win and just hope for the best.
Yeah, I'm not off that great at Homestead, but 8 point lead that I think Jacob will have after the bonus points and stuff is it's almost a long mile to reach it, especially when he runs top fives and stuff. So I bring fast trucks. It seems like every week. I'm just not getting the finishes, or this is the second time Green Light Checkers came out, and it was a caution when I felt like I had the best truck. First time was at Phoenix when I had like 15 lap pressure tires, and I got second against Gomes. So hopefully I can figure out something next week. It should be a good championship battle, and win or lose, I'm just glad to be here and be able to be towards the front each race. And I might not win a lot, but everybody knows I'm up there.
Oh, hey, man, you did a tremendous job here tonight. You're doing what you have to do to win this, and all racers know a lot of circumstances come into play. Good luck, bad luck. I mean, we were talking how the blinking, that's kind of synonymous with blowing a tire or an engine. We were hoping that didn't affect you, but we'll see how it works out next week. I think you're right. It's going to be a show. All the guys who are at the front of this championship battle are at the front of the races every time we look on track. So appreciate you guys putting on that show for us. But before we let you go, do you have any shout outs for teams, fans, or family?
Yeah, just All-Star Racing, Albert with Tow Call. James is with us on Friday night, sorry. But Jack and Tom, it's a great group of guys and stuff, and of course Lori for her admin roles and stuff and everything that she does, and VRN, you and Ricky put on a great show, and I definitely look forward to going back and watching it.
All right, buddy, congratulations. We're going to see you in Miami next week.
All right, I'll be there.
All right, buddy. Your second place finisher, Mr. Dylan Bryant, as we're going to head up to the top step of the podium, and we're going to get an interview here with Mr. Chris Gones. Pull him into the booth here. Hey, Chris, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got us.
Hey, what's up, gentlemen? Yes, sir.
Hey, man, what a win. I mean, you battled all night. You were right there all night. It looked like Dylan Bryant might have had the fastest truck by a little bit, but the strategy he was playing seemed to put him behind the 8 ball more than once. And he had a little bit of a blinking issue too. He said it didn't seem to affect his performance though. So how was it from behind the wheel for you? I mean, you brought it home. You gained on the championship points, but man, Jacob Alicia's is right there in you guys' hip pocket.
Yeah, no, it's definitely gonna be tight going into the final race for sure. Tonight was just trying to stay close to the front. Last Friday we obviously raced here. I put myself behind the 8 ball, starting 17th. So starting top 10 here, wanting to try and keep it up close to the front. That early caution, like lap 18 or so, I knew we weren't going to take tires. And I figured everybody else wouldn't either, based on how Friday's race went too. So I just wanted to stay close. I was trying to work with Dylan a little bit there on that kind of that middle stint when we hadn't taken tires to try and pull away from the pack. He I don't think he got the memo fully because he was breaking my draft on the straightaway, but that's racing, right? So, but we pulled out to a bit of a lead there, and then through the pit cycles, kind of work our way back to the front. There at the end, it was racing hard with each other. I was trying to use the draft to kind of keep him and Alicia side by side a little bit for a little while. I think it would have been a heck of a race the last 4 or 5 laps if it had stayed green. Unfortunately, we did get that caution late. I think I was looking forward to the racer and me wanted to put on a show there at the end too, but we were the beneficiary of the caution, I guess. So you don't want to win them that way, but when you do, it's a win's a win, right? So
yeah, for sure. You take them how you can get them.
Next week.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Take the points and go next week.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, you're only 11 points out of the lead right now and 1 point behind second place. So to your point, I just took a quick look at the points. Now, this is all provisional. We don't know if there's any penalties or anything. I didn't see anything from you guys. So it's going to be coming down to that last race, which is incredible for us as spectators and everybody watching. You might have to have a little bit of help. Your competitors finish maybe outside the top 10. It's going to be tremendous, man. But I'm going to pass you off to Ricky now to see what he has for you.
Hey, Chris, good win tonight. I know I heard you beating yourself up a little, wanted to race it out, but you put yourself in the position to be up there at the end, buddy, and that's what it takes is just to be there in the right place, and you was in the right place. I guess the question I've got tonight is did anything surprise you about the race? I mean, did it play out kind of like you thought? We only had the 2 cautions, and both of them were kind of odd ball cautions.
Well, the first caution surprised me. The fact that we had a caution didn't. It was the truck on the track surprised me. So I was lucky to make it through that one. It seemed like we had a little bit of experience on Friday with this same kind of combination, truck and track. But tonight just seemed to drive completely different. Tire wear seemed different. There was just something way different. So what I thought I knew going in and going to try to do kind of went out the window whenever we got to racing. So pack was a lot tighter tonight as well. than it was on Friday. It felt like so a lot more trucks in the lead pack. So that air was just, the aero push or whatever was just all over the place. You couldn't get away from it. So that was a big difference. Luckily, we were able to kind of work our way through it, and it worked out for us there at the end.
Yeah, I think there was an update in iRacing between Friday and today as well. So don't know if they updated some of the aero packages there, but that's an interesting note. But hey, man, tremendous victory here tonight. You're in a good spot going into the final race at Homestead. Before we let you go, do you have any shouts for teams, fans, or family?
Yeah, for sure. As always, High Tide Hospitality for being here on the truck. Obviously, go check out the restaurants in the Charlotte area. I want to shout out, VRL as a whole, all the drivers over here. I mean, we had 31 trucks and only 3 cautions. I mean, really, that last one wasn't, we didn't really get a chance to race it out. So we'll say 2 cautions, right? So it's a heck of a job with having that many trucks on track and being able to keep it clean. So Lori, adminning and doing her thing over there, just keeping everything so smooth, makes it easy for us to just come out here and race. So, and obviously, Alan, you and Ricky over here with VRN, this is a blast to go back and watch. So it's always good to have Ricky in the booth on Wednesdays. We enjoy it. So look forward to next week, and then after that, getting rolling with next season.
All right, buddy. We'll look forward to seeing you in South Florida next week. And again, congratulations on bringing it home. Top step of the podium here at Auto Club Speedway.
I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah. Good night. That was your champion, Mr. Chris Gones. Before we head out, Ricky, anybody we miss in the chat?
Kyle had said it was a big one back there, and he'd take the win too. Albert Anderson, Sr., he was upset for Albert, but then Albert did congratulate Chris Gones on the win.
All right, folks. So, hey, Ricky, thanks for joining me. It's always great to have you in the booth to bounce things off of. And I'm looking forward to next week for this championship round. I'm glad. I know these guys are probably stressing it, man, but I'm glad this is tight. And we have 3 guys legitimately in the running to be able to bring home this championship.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, anytime that you come down to the last race and you've got 2 or 3, 4 guys with a chance to win the title, you never know what's going to happen. And Homestead's one of those tracks where a lot of weird stuff can happen.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, race fans, so that wraps up round 12. We officially got it in the books, and we're headed off to Homestead, Miami now for next week's, like we mentioned, championship race. Be sure to tune in next Wednesday at 8:45 Eastern so you don't miss any of the action. But until then, race fans, remember, stay sharp, stay fast, and above all, stay vigilante. And we'll see you next time. Good night.
This ain't your mama's racing stream.